Frequently asked questions. 1. Why does no one coming rushing when button is pressed? It is not an emergency button, it is just a general call to stables. The button is just for general assistance. The extreme emergency cord is at back of box. One pull of that, then all bells and whistles go off and 10 fully armed police appear. Soldiers from the stables and one who has machine gun and rest of staff all will respond within 30 seconds. They test the cord once a month and it's very loud and busy reaction. The guards on horses are constantly monitored by 3 CCTV at all times, so when call is made to stables they can see if it's urgent or not. The guard does a secret signal so those on camera can tell urgency. You could hit the button 100 times but will not change anything. The initial call is made, you will hear a bing bong in the stables and a red light will be displayed. If you keep pressing nothing else will happen, it's not going to keep bing bonging or light flashing. 2. Why do you always mention feet? This is a running joke, someone requested this and it's just stuck, plus I also mention small feet so no one is excluded. The criteria for big is size 10 or larger. 3. Explain what is MOD owned. All the cobbled part of the pavement is MOD land, the rest of pavement is Westminster Council owned. The pavement, horse boxes, fence, tilt yard and building is MOD. The parade ground is owned by the Royal Parks so comes under council and Met Police jurisdiction. 4. Why not paint the lines red? White, yellow and formerly red can be used on roads and on private land but limited to white or yellow on public throughways. Yellow is universally known as a danger line. White can be an issue, as some countries white means the opposite, and then you get white blindness. After a while your brain does not recognize the color within the situation you in. There used to be red routes in London and road markings were red, but this was a danger as at night they not reflective and blends in with the road so invisible. That is why white and yellow is used. Plus if the box lines were yellow there is no excuse to cross it. 5. How long do the horses stand for? The horses are on duty for 1 hour per day over a 3-day period. The guards on horseback do 1 hour, then an hour break, then back on again over the period 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. 6. Where do the guards live? While at horse guards they sleep on site, in the accommodation barracks opposite the stables. 7. Do the horse boxes have numbers? Yes, the box near Downing Street is box 1, the box near Trafalgar Square is box 2. 8. Can a guard leave his post? No, full army rules and laws apply. If you leave post you get severely disciplined. In war you cannot just get up and walk away. Horses are expendable and so is human. He does have a sword and can and will use it to kill someone if need be. In war you do not get up and leave. 9. What restrictions are there on Whitehall? Quite a lot, but the main ones are if you are a bike, motorbike, pedicab, taxi, van, lorry or bus. You cannot stop or park anywhere. 10. Why are there no rubbish trash bins in London? In the 1980s the IRA used bins to store and also set bombs off using them, so all bins throughout the UK was removed. Although some were replaced after year 2000, pretty much elsewhere nothing. Whitehall is a high-risk area so bins will never be there. 11. How secure is horse guards? It is very secure. There is 23 public CCTV cameras that we can spot, but there is many others we cannot see. 12. How many MOD police are on duty? There is always a minimum of 5 officers visible at all times, 2 on standby and 3 on break. The 5 you cannot see can respond within 30 seconds if called. 13. Who is the senior MOD officer? This changes per day. The easy way to spot the senior officer of the day is the one that has 2 radios. One radio is MOD and the other is Met. 14. Where do MOD police have jurisdiction? The cobbled part of pavement, the tilt yard and the arches, nothing beyond that unless authorized by an inspector or above. They are not allowed to enter the parade ground with their guns unless authorized to. So anytime you see them in parade ground they are gunless. Only the Met have full jurisdiction on that land. 15. We see police horses regularly walking through horse guards. Where are they going? They are going to their stables on Great Scotland Yard. One floor holds City of London horses, and the other floor is for Met horses. 16. Do mod police have nicknames? Officially no, but several have been given affectionate names, like Michael Schumacher the model, ZZ Top, the horsey woman Royston Vasey, to name a few. 17. Tell me about the cockpits under the tilt yard. This is a total myth spread by another YouTuber. Under the tilt yard is a maze of tunnels that access all government buildings on Whitehall, terminating at the old War Office, Raffles Hotel. The cockpits were located under the building next to Downing Street and not Horse Guards. 18. How long is the gates between Whitehall and Parade Ground open per day? The route is a public right-of-way, so cannot be permanently closed. Under local bylaws it must be open for a minimum of 3 hours between hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. At all other times the MOD can close access when required. 19. Explain the roles of the police, COH soldiers and guards. AMOD police are the highest firearm-trained police in the UK. Their job is to prevent another 1982 incident happening again. They were banned from crowd control in November 2024, but occasionally they will assist, but is not in their remit. B. COH, Corporal of Horse, is responsible firstly for the horse, then the mounted guard. C. Soldiers work in the stables and they are responsible for checking on the guards, doing welfare checks on both guards and horses, watering the horses, crowd control, and picking up the poo horses leave. 20. Can the mounted guards go on toilet break? No, if they need a poo or pee, they have to do it where they are sat on the horse. 21. How often is horse poo cleaned up? Twice a day, or when required to do so. Under ancient bylaws the rag and boneman must be given first right to it. 22. Could a fence be put around the box? Yes, it could. Hyde Park training ground use thin tape and plastic poles, so horses are used to that and can easily break when required. At changeovers fence could temporarily be lowered. 23. Why does the COH carry a yellow whip? The yellow whip carried by a corporal of horse at Horse Guards is a traditional mark of rank and authority within the household cavalry. On parade, in full dress, mounted behind a crowd of horses, a contrasting color for items like whips, canes helps the wearer's rank or role stand out. A yellow, or gilded, whip would be more visible than a dark one, especially against the dark mount or dark uniform accents. Other ranks have different colored whips or none at all. This allows quick identification of NCOs by color at a glance during mounted duty at Horse Guards. A LCOH would usually have a darker one, but more recently both the LCOH and COH are using yellow. Having a distinct colored, yellow, whip helps distinguish the NCO ranks of the household cavalry from those in other regiments, and also helps mark the traditional rank of corporal of horse visually, especially when many other uniform elements are shared or similar. Current rules. COH, Corporal of Horse, will carry a cut-down army lunging whip with a fishtail thong fitted to the end. The main body of the whip is to be painted yellow, the handle is leather-bound with brown leather, the normal ornamentation is the bottom of 20mm empty case placed on the top of the whip, and the cannula-shouldered part of the empty case is positioned where the handle meets the whip. COH can also carry a cut-down Mark IV whip with a fishtail thong when on regimental watering order. LCOH and Lance Corporals will carry a cut-down Mark IV whip with a fishtail thong fitted to the end. The main body of the whip is to be painted yellow, the handle is leather-bound with brown leather, the normal ornamentation is the bottom of 12.7mm, empty case placed on the top of the whip. 24. Where has all the regular YouTubers gone? Good question and cannot answer that. They all vanished one day and only 2 remain. Everyone seems secretive and will not give an answer. 25. You mentioned 1982. What does that mean? In 1982, an IRA bomb went off near Hyde Park. It killed 8 horses and 4 guards from the Blues and Royals. Shortly after, another went off in Regent's Park, killing 7 bandsmen of the Royal Green Jackets. 26. Is there an easy way to identify rank of senior officers? Very hard to explain, as these 2 main regiments use a completely different rank structure than the normal army. Here is an example of the senior officers at 4 p.m. inspection parade. The one on the left has 4 pips on his tail, possibly corporal major, equivalent to staff sergeant or a specific troop appointment. The one to his right has 6 chevrons on his tail, usually regimental corporal major, RCM. the most senior warrant officer in the regiment. Here's how it works. The inspection happens every day at 4 p.m., except on certain ceremonial days. It's when the duty officer inspects the mounted sentries of the household cavalry, either the Life Guards or the Blues and Royals. The duty officer can be of varying rank depending on the roster. Usually it's a captain or lieutenant, though sometimes a corporal major, a senior non-commissioned officer, may conduct parts of the inspection under the officer's authority. On more formal occasions or weekends, it's often a commissioned officer, frequently a captain, in full ceremonial dress, who carries out the inspection in front of the public. So, while the captain often performs the 4 p.m. inspection, it isn't always the captain. It depends on the duty rotation within the household cavalry regiment. 27. Why do mod police sometimes walk a suspect off-site and question them? Depending on situation, some will be questioned in the tilt yard behind box 1 if it's a security or weapons reason. But more times they will question suspects to the right of box 2. At the old entrance to the basement there is a camera on a post. It gives control room full view of their face and they can be observed live, but also facial recognition used. There is also the other camera that's in middle of road, Thar has clear view of that location. Plus it also makes it easier for Met Police to arrest or attend. 28. How can you tell the time by just the bongs on clock? One bong is quarter past the hour. For the Americans it's 15 minutes, not 25. 2 bongs is half past, 3 bongs is 15 minutes to the hour, and 4 bongs is the hour followed by chimes to signify time.